Ice Chroma will become more popular in the upcoming rework on Cold Status coming in the Jade Shadows update. The Cold Status rework will affect all warframes and weapons that deal cold damage, and Ice Chroma will be one of those warframes that will benefit the most from these changes. In the Jade Shadows update, the Cold Status will get reworked, and instead of just giving a high slow percentage per stack, the max stack of a Cold Status will now freeze enemies, just like how Frost Avalanche works, or even a beyond 80% redline cold Thermal Sunder. Enemies will stay frozen for a couple seconds, and while they are frozen, they will receive bonus critical damage. The best part is, enemies that are frozen will not regenerate shield, which makes it a good alternative counter against enemies with high shield values. In case you don't know, Digital Extremes will also be increasing the shield regeneration of enemies, and halting that regeneration with cold will help you kill those Corpus units easily. The best part is that bleed does work against frozen enemies, so this will be a solid synergy for weapons with high slash damage, and just imagine what it can do if you also can strip all the defenses of enemies, and leaving them vulnerable against the bleed procs that's damage got increased initially by the critical damage boost from the new frozen effect. In the case of Chroma, Ice will be more popular as not only does Cold gives Chroma increased armor with his elemental ward, but it also reflects cold projectiles that has the tendency to freeze enemies right after the Cold rework in the Jade of Shadows update. However, Chroma is not the only one who will receive this insane buff, but Thermal Sunder will be busted with this mechanic. If you use Thermal Sunder with Gauss Prime while you are above 80% or max red line, then the cold effect will turn into freeze. Each time you case, the Thermal Sunder will freeze enemies, and I don't think this will be a big factor for Gauss Prime. But do remember that Thermal Sunder can be subsumed to your favorite warframe, and this can create insane synergy, knowing the fact that cold will now freeze enemies at max stack, even without the red line buff. And it does give you bonus critical damage, which will definitely turn some powerful combos into power creep. Imagine subsuming Thermal Sunder and Hildren with max power strength. The Warframe can just literally spam Thermal Sunder and Pillage. This allows you to strip all defenses with the latter, and Thermal Sunder will then give you that crowd control and bonus critical damage, perfect for supporting the DPS of your team. But that's not all. Imagine also a build with Blazing Pillage, and you can constantly apply heat when casting the Pillage ability. It's one sick combo, and I just can't wait to try it out. In addition, Thermal Sunder Garuda will be interesting. Cold will definitely be a great crowd control, plus you can apply bleed to enemies with the help of your fourth ability. Aside from that, Garuda can literally spam all her abilities with the help of her bloodletting skill, paired with the Molt Reconstruct Arcane. There's another reason why I love Thermal Sunder, and this is because it can also form Blast by casting heat and cold, or the other way around. Remember that Blast will also get reworked, and it will deal an explosive damage to enemies near a target that is either killed with Blast or got the max stack of the status. I would like to discuss about this in a separate video, as there are really tons of synergy that you can create with the updated blast mechanic in the Jade of Shadows update. Right now, I would just like to focus on the cold mechanics that will be changing in the next big update, and the best warframe that will get the most benefit from this is Frost. Not only Frost will be super busted with the upcoming cold rework, but he will also receive quality of life changes to his kit, making the warframe broken in my opinion. First of all, Digital Extremes will finally change the warframe's passive ability, turning it into something that is thematically right for Frost. The warframe will receive a new passive, and this allows him to make cold status effect applied by Frost abilities to have an increased duration, and allow the warframe to gain an armor bonus per enemy with cold status within a certain radius. This passive does not only help Frost make the most out of the cold status rework, but it will definitely make the warframe tankier due to the armor bonus that it can give. It's also interesting that Digital Extremes added armor bonus, and I'm kind of curious if this ability armor bonus of Frost will somehow affect his Snow Globe ability. His Snow Globe does benefit from the base armor value you have and armor boosting ability, so it would be interesting to see if the armor bonus of Frost can also somehow increase the health of your Snow Globe. If it does, then we'll eventually be seeing a tougher Snow Globe in Steel Path levels, which will be a great help not only for the warframe, as this ability will also receive another quality of life change that many have been suggesting for years. Frost's Snow Globe will no longer block player projectiles from the outside anymore, and this means that you can put Snow Globe anywhere you want without worrying about players yelling at you to take down the ability. I hope that this ability change will also work against friendly Xmas units, like when Necros has an Arctic Xmas unit as his ally. In addition to the Snow Globe changes, the ability will also apply a cold stack every seconds with no limit when inside the globe. Just imagine how much critical damage you can stack against enemies inside the globe. Also, the ability will instantly apply full cold stacks on the cast if an enemy is within Snow Globe range, turning the ability not just as a defensive skill, but also a reliable offensive alternative in the future. Most of the changes that will happen to Frost will make him the ultimate Night King in Warframe. The Warframe will be super popular in my opinion, as he can now be a great support not just in keeping the team alive, but also helping them kill the enemies faster. Winter is definitely coming in Warframe on the Jade of Shadows update, and I'm really happy that Frost will have more spotlight after the update. The Warframe is my first ever Prime Warframe in the game, and although I enjoyed playing him with the Icy Avalanche Avalanche augment, and I have been telling people that they should try Frost because he's great, but still, I get bombarded by comments that the Warframe is annoying to play and they don't like the bubble mechanic unless playing him in defense mission. In the past, Frost was only used to defend an objective, and his role was to just spam a snow globe, but I was doing other non-meta builds for him that made him more mobile. There were a couple of changes added to the Warframe, and then some things that were not directly meant for Frost, but the Warframe benefited from it. Honestly, I can say that the Warframe did not have any good rework at all in the past, but I'm glad that little by little, Digital Extremes added things that help Frost become relevant, and they have changed those things that hinders the Warframe from being popular. I am very excited about playing Frost in the Jade of Shadows update, and I have plenty of synergy in mind that I will be sharing with you really soon. So that's all about it. I hope that you enjoy this video and find it informative. Before leaving, please do like the video if you find it useful, and also please subscribe to our channel to help us grow and please the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again in our next video. Squad Leader, signing off.